Dear friends in Jesus Christ, peace be with you. Today's gospel passage for our reflection is taken from the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 9, verse 36 to chapter 10, verse 8. As we reflect on this gospel, let me begin with a simple question. When was the last time someone really noticed you? Not just greeted you or passed by you, but truly noticed that something was going on in your life. Maybe you were worried, carrying a burden, or struggling with something, and someone stopped and said, "Are you all right?" Somehow they saw what others had missed. We all know how much that means because every one of us wants to be seen, not just looked at. In today's gospel, St. Matthew tells us that Jesus looked at the crowds and was moved with compassion for them because they were troubled and abandoned like sheep without a shepherd. Notice that the gospel does not say that Jesus simply looked at the crowd. Lots of people were looking at the crowd. The disciples were looking at them too. But Jesus saw them. There is a big difference between looking and seeing. Looking happens with our eyes. Seeing happens with our hearts. Looking sees what is on the outside. Seeing senses what is going on inside. Looking says there's a person. Seeing says there's a person carrying a burden. Friends, if seeing is so important, then a question arises. Why do we so often choose to look without really seeing? The reason is that if we really see what someone is going through, it can affect us. If I notice that someone is lonely, I might feel I should stop and talk to them. If I see that someone is hurting, I might want to help. It shows that looking is easy. But really, seeing someone can demand something from us. This is where Jesus was different. He never turned away from people. He saw their worries, their struggles, and their burdens. And what he saw moved his heart. So today, let us ask Jesus to help us see our brothers and sisters the way he sees them. And let us ask him for the courage not to look away when someone needs a kind word, a listening ear, or simply our time, because that is what Jesus did. He saw people. He cared about them, and he reached out to them. May Jesus give us eyes that notice, hearts that care, and hands that are ready to help. Amen.